And then on the other side, Sandstorm also was forced to swap off of this Fate and then went over to the Petra. I assume we'll probably have a similar note for him as well if things go that way.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Coming in here to Apocalypse. We're going to see if Pugsy does anything more on the side, if Sandstorm starts to do anything more on the side, or if it's going to be mostly neutral game, kind of like it was against Ethan. It's looking like it's starting off to not be that way. Sandstorm going immediately over to the edge.
I think both of these players are much more confident in they play, and I know for a fact that has a very strong offstage game. So likely we will see a little bit more aggressive play offstage if they get the opportunity.
Man, that side signature, Sandstorm's been throwing that out all day, and a lot of people, I don't think he's hit one.
He's thrown out
a lot of people. There's another one. It seems like people understand that signature a lot better now than they used to, and they're able to overspace it. They know exactly where it stops. They know exactly how close they can get without getting hit by it.
But it's also possible he's using it as an approach tool, kind of like willing to accept the risk that he's got with it. He is going to get the first stock with that offstage down air, but I feel like maybe he's willing to risk that the side sig.
He does have to be careful, though, because people have been punishing him for it a lot today. It's not like the side signature, where at least if you shoot it out at someone, it has a huge amount of range. So Sandstorm's likely doing it when they're to the left or to the right of him, so it's going to be tough for them to punish that before he's out of recovery frames.
Yeah, but they've been able to do so at least a couple of times, or at least some of his past opponents have been. Meanwhile, again, into the offstage, Sandstorm trying to really push it now with this offstage, keeping Pugsy on the corner and then chasing after him.
And we're kind of seeing pacing here. It's faster pacing, but similar pacing to what we saw against Ethan earlier, where Pugsy's in the red on his second stock, still unable to take away that first stock from Sandstorm, who has been in the red for a while.
Yeah, Sandstorm seems to really understand this matchup. Of course, there's quite a few coaches in our community, and Sandstorm's been playing against Boomy, who has that bow play. I'm sure he's at least familiar with what to do against Pugsy.
Yeah, with the renaissance in bow play, and of course the standard sword play that's been around since way before Sandstorm's time, and will likely be around after Sandstorm's time, he has so much experience against this now.
Interesting option coming out from Sandstorm. Went for the side light into the recovery, likely because they were so high in the sky and the side air would not have potentially knocked out. Pugsy is going to finally find that first knockout with the uppercut, but still, he is a full stock behind Sandstorm.
Now, Pugsy kind of finding himself here in the same position, or at least a similar position to what he did with Wrenched, where it started off looking a little bit rough, and then Pugsy sort of had to play Wrenched at his own game rather than playing Pugsy's own game. So I think he's going to have to play Sandstorm at his own game. He's going to have to find those adaptations, going to have to find the character pick that's going to work. I don't think it's Koji.
But keep in mind, he is going against Sandstorm, the current world champion, and someone who we have sung the praises of how well he's able to adapt. So it's not like Pugsy's got one play style that he's got to kind of just transition into and get ready for. He's got to get ready for whatever Sandstorm's currently going with, and then be able to think ahead to what's coming up next.
Yeah, Sandstorm's feeling good. You can see it the way he's like scooting across the stage, almost putting triple the damage out that Pugsy did. 631 to 232.
A very confident finish from Sandstorm for game number 1. Looks like he's ready to go into the grand finals, but he still has to get through Pugsy, who's sticking with the Koji currently.
Yeah, no swap, no stage swap either. We're going to be going back to Apocalypse.
Digital fires.
This being the winners finals means these two players are guaranteed top 3. Wrenched and Boomy are down waiting in the losers bracket. The winner of that will move on to fight the loser of this.
Yep, they both have that guaranteed top 3 finish, but of course one of them will guarantee a top 2 if they are able to win out in this set. Pugsy going in.
Side light, D-light in there. Yeah. Beautiful damage coming out from Pugsy, something he was not able to find in the last game. Finds it again.
Pugsy's doing a really good job of grabbing Sandstorm's dodge, making it so that Sandstorm cannot dodge out of the 3-piece.
Yeah, we're seeing a huge difference in terms of what Pugsy does after he throws out an attack. A lot of backdashes now coming out from him. You just saw the backdash and then to the downlight.
He's got Gotta be careful.
Sandstorm was being very careful on the edge against an unarmed Pugsyxd.
Pugsyxd does make it back. Oh, yep, there it is. The side light into the side air, and Sandstorm gonna switch up the weapons. Go over to the scythe. Trying to deny the pickup, but Pugsyxd does yoink out the bow.
Yeah, Pugsyxd was waiting long enough. He knows he has those iframes for an extended period of time. If he goes straight to it and picks up that weapon, Sandstorm's going to be able to punish him immediately.
Yeah, you lose iframes when you pick up the weapon if they're on an attack. So Pugsyxd trying to use as many of those iframes as possible.
Sandstorm and Pugsyxd both swapping places, one from the edge back onto the stage, the other one on the edge. One of the rare neutral signatures we've seen from Sandstorm's orb.
He's thrown out a couple, as of course, as an anti-air, it reaches very high. But still, we're seeing kind of a repeat of game 1, where Pugsyxd was not able to finish off this first stock of Sandstorm.
Ooh, that's going to be a swift punish. I wonder if he expected Pugsyxd to throw out a downlight. Because that would have put him like right in that area. That downlight would have hopped him forward. Sandstorm would have overspaced the downlight, and then that down signature would have perfectly hit Pugsyxd there.
It could easily be just Sandstorm's feeling really comfortable right now. Like, it's very rare that you'll see Fates use that scythe down signature in particular. And usually if you are, it's kind of like a hard read because it's got a pretty large tail. And so it could just be Sandstorm being comfortable, being confident, and being like, I'll just throw this out here because you're not going to expect me to do it.
Pugsyxd picking up the bow, wants to shorten this lead that Sandstorm has. Ooh, not going to be enough to get back.
Unfortunately, Pugsyxd couldn't throw out a move like a Gauntlet side air or a Lance side air, which moves the player a little bit closer to the wall.
Down air into the side air, turning Sandstorm red. Tried to go for the downlight over the edge. Likely would have followed up with a dare or a ground pound. Trying to find his knockout blow. Sandstorm back and forth.
Ooh, goes for the side air this time. Didn't quite have enough damage onto Sandstorm to go for that recovery for the KO.
Putting a lot more pressure off stage. He'll go retreat back to the main platform. Ooh!
That's trouble. Couldn't reset the jumps. Yep,
That's
definitely
done.
out of jumps. Sandstorm knows it again. The guitar solo. Sandstorm feeling very confident right now.
Of course, he used the dare into the weapon toss. Scythe Dare going to have a ton of stun on it.
Now we're seeing
Seeing the swap.
Yep, Pugsyxd going to make the swap over to the Undertaker. See how well this Undertaker does for him. It worked in the winners semifinals when he made the swap, but again, you've got to make a 3-game run trying to out-adapt your opponent.
Yeah, I would have expected this swap to come in sooner. Because exactly like you said, the 3-game run is a lot to ask, period. But especially against a player like Sandstorm, your world champion.
Sandstorm has shown why he's such a strong contender, able to catch up to any opponent and just mitigate any lead that they have. Playing this orb game now against Pugsyxd's hammer. Or not those like longer reaching pokes with that down air, able to string off that soft platform with the side light side air as well.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we really haven't seen Pugsyxd go up against any orb today.
I mean, we haven't seen that much orb today as a whole.
Yes. We haven't seen him go up against Sandstorm until now. We didn't see him go up against Simba, who was playing Petra earlier, or who else played Petra?
Sandstorm.
Yeah, so we haven't seen him really go up against Orb. We've seen him use Orb with great success. Definitely keeping the pacing of this game a lot better. Still is behind, but a Stomp Cider is going to turn Sandstorm red.
Yeah, this hammer is going to help, but Sandstorm able to recognize that Pugsyxd was going to overreach, overmove past him. He just stops, throws out the haymaker, gets the first stock, that early lead over Pugsyxd.
Now you saw that weapon spawn come pretty close to exactly where Pugsyxd was. He's not going to find the bad luck that Ethan had earlier. Nice Cider. It's going to bounce off the wall, take away some of that force. Sandstorm going to be able to get back to the main platform, putting out some more damage on a Pugsyxd. He's really starting to fall behind here. Pugsyxd's orange.
Again, Sandstorm goes for the down signature. Just reaching the nair will even up the stocks. It's a little bit closer, but again, Pugsyxd just behind Sandstorm right now.
back-to-back recoveries. Went so bold as to gravity cancel downlight that high in the air.
This is a very confident Sandstorm right now.
I would say anyone willing to do a down signature on Fate's Scythe off stage when Pugsyxd can easily punish, that's gotta be a confident person.
I mean, he's got a full stock lead now, so he's definitely has every reason to be confident, as he is one stock away from earning that spot in the grand finals. Guaranteed top 2 finish for Sandstorm.
Pugsyxd's really gonna have to find something quick. That Nair coming in too late. Sandstorm had his dodge up.
Punish.
Jumping around. Pugsyxd definitely on the back foot here.
Got the
Ooh,
chase,
Sandstorm.
continuing it.
Completely controlling this final stock of Pugsyxd. You see the little jitter over to the edge.
Pugsyxd can't afford to be shaken now. He still has some health to play with. He can get this stock off of Sandstorm.
He needs all but a miracle at this point. Weapon spawn coming in. He's not going to be able to switch to the hammer if he wanted to.
Nice.
That just put Sandstorm in the orange on his second stock. Long way to go from Pugsyxd.
Yeah, this is just getting tougher and tougher for him. Throws out the down air. Sandstorm just standing still.
Oh, on the left side of the stage, not even going to send Pugsyxd off screen. Making his lucky stars for all the defense. Gravity cancel, neutral light.
Oh, the clash
Oh,
out.
the clash!
Oh, he got the touch. Stomp. Side light's not going to be a KO tool.
Oh!
The side signature from Sandstorm to get a quick 3-0 in the winners finals and guarantees his place in the grand finals.
Yeah, Sandstorm made that entire set look like a breeze. For the run that Pugsyxd has had today and the run that he's had so far this year, Sandstorm basically did what him and Boomy did yesterday in twos, of making it kind of not even close.
Yeah, he just kind of flipped the switch and was like, all right, time for me to win this. But we are going to be seeing, speaking of Boomy, Sandstorm's 2v2 partner, Boomy going up against Wrenched here in the lower semifinals. And again, Boomy's been sticking with this Yumiko. We had this conversation earlier today.